Welcome to the Maldives.
We get asked all the time about which is better, a seaplane or a speedboat in the Maldives. Well, there is no easy answer, but our handy guide will help you decide, as each resort is different. Some resorts are only accessible by seaplane, whilst others require you to take a speedboat. Some even require you to take a separate domestic flight to another airport before then getting on a speedboat. Seaplanes are indeed a very fun way to travel, though each journey will cost several $100s. Taking off on a Maldives seaplane is a really interesting experience. It can be quite noisy, so make sure you use the earplugs that are provided. It can also be relatively bumpy, but compared to a speedboat, it's smooth. En route, you'll see small island atolls, remote deserted islands, and beautiful blue waters. Seaplanes tend to be used for resorts that take longer than 45 minutes by speedboat. A speedboat, on the other hand, is a very quick and convenient way to get to your resort. They are predominantly reserved for resorts nearer the mainland of Mali. You can be off your international flight and onto a speedboat to your resort in as little as 20 minutes, and there is usually far less waiting around than if you get a seaplane. Speedboats in the Maldives are not all equal though. Depending on the resort you're staying at, you may be on a large boat or it could be a very small one. Some are equipped with luxurious sofas, others are more like a ferry. This means that your experience can be very different depending on the resort you stay at. Having said that, getting a speedboat in the Maldives can be a slightly traumatic experience for those who get seasick or have bad motion sickness. The waters can be choppy and the high speed of the boats may mean the ride isn't very smooth. In those instances, the crews on board can usually help you if you ask in advance for a seasickness tablet or for motion sickness bands to help the journey. Getting a speedboat in the Maldives is a fun experience, but it can be a little choppy, so if you do get seasick, then do consider getting a seaplane instead to a resort that's a little further away. If you're particularly prone to seasickness, we would thoroughly recommend opting for a resort that you can access by seaplane instead. And of course, if you book your trip to the Maldives with OutOfOffice.com, we'll take care of all the finer logistics, from booking the seaplane transfer or the speedboat. Find out more and book your escape at OutOfOffice.com. Tailor-made travel, no matter who you love.